Billboard advertisements may seem to present highly vivid and attractive visuals to the dwellers, which can also get really deceptive sometimes. They may play the role of setting the entire society's mind on gender discrimination without them even realizing. These commercials in the streets are all around with the intention to sell products. However, how sexist they can get is incredible when investigated, which brings out the topic of sexism in the streets, gender discrimination, and male gaze in billboard commercials. In order to understand the purpose of these outdoor advertisements, what should be focused on is the intended message behind these ads. What is being tried to put emphasis on seems tricky and is hard to understand, and the main reason why is that it appears they speak to men with their visuals, even if it is women they are trying to sell the product to. This intention of these commercials reveals the concept of male gaze. The male gaze describes the act of depicting women as sexual objects for the visual pleasure of the male audience. It is commonly seen in outdoor advertising to use the female body as a way of gaining viewer attraction and thus have a hand in the effect of the male gaze. The need to visually attract the male audience in outdoor advertisements can be categorized into three. 1. Comparison of men and women, where men are usually standing out with their power, such as money or intelligence, over women who strike with their looks and sexuality. 2. The unnecessary sexualization, where women's body is used in promoting products with irrelevant usage to the female body. 3. Body image misrepresentation, where women who have the looks that fit into society's unrealistic beauty standards are used, making the audience think every woman should be like that. There is a strong connection between these sexist billboard advertisements and the psychoanalytic theory, which suggests that human behavior is affected more by the unconscious mind rather than the conscious mind. The more sexist billboards are put up around the streets, the more inferiorization of women is normalized in people's minds. Therefore, these billboards imply, almost teach people that men are superior to women in many ways, and women are just created to impress with their appearances, especially considering the omnipresence of the billboard commercials. Outdoor advertising have always been one of the most efficient medium for the audience out of all mass media. According to David Lawden's book, Marketing Management, a moderate outdoor campaign reaches 75% of adults in a market in a minimum of 15 times in a 30-day period. This level of exposure is beyond any other medium, including the recurring social media ads and TV commercials. Unfortunately, it is not only adults to see these billboards. Unlike the television and social media environment, these hoardings cannot have a specifically chosen audience according to their interests, which means that people from different backgrounds, status, and ages are able to see and read them. Therefore, it is not possible to see the addressing of a diverse audience in a lot of street commercials. There is an obvious gender discrimination which eventually affects the whole society and the perspective on women in a lot of these ads. Trying to sell a product by choosing the male audience as a target and imposing the women audience that they have to fit in the standards of the male gaze ends up in a way of putting the two genders in two completely distinct places in society and make gender equality an unreachable dream.